Hey goddess, hope you're doing well and welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you are a loyal subscriber. I'm Rachel Abbey and I do videos all about self-development, looking after your mental health, getting on the property ladder, saving up for the future and so much more. So if any of those topics interest you, then definitely subscribe to the channel. Now today I wanted to come back and continue the conversation about us buying our first homes and getting on the property ladder. So a lot of us are in the stage of this house buying journey where we're just going out to view properties, and I guess what I want to really hone in on today is the fact that it is useful or it's wise to go and view properties with someone else, so to not go and view a property alone. And the main reason for this is because it's so useful to get a second opinion on a property, because a property is such an enormous investment. It's usually the biggest investment of our lives, and therefore you want to kind of like make sure that you're making the right decision. So what I do recommend, if you are at the stage where you're going out to view properties, try and view properties with someone else. So like take your partner, especially if you're actually buying together, like you need his or her opinion. So take your partner. If you're buying alone, or if you don't have a partner, take a parent or take a close friend, someone whose opinion you actually value and that you trust, and who you actually know is not gonna try and give you bad advice just because they're jealous. So take along someone who you know is a reasonable and responsible person who usually talks sense, and preferably someone who has done this before. So someone who has actually bought their own property before, therefore they kind of like know more or less what to look out for in properties. They know what kind of questions to ask the seller or the estate agent. They're not just a person who is like completely awed by show homes. If you're looking at new builds, that someone who has substance, who has done this before preferably, or at least who will be sensible enough to help remind you of the questions that you need to ask the seller or the estate agent whilst you're there. So definitely yes, try and go and view property with someone else. I also am aware that some of us are really quite independent and we like making decisions by ourselves. We're not the kind of people who always ask for someone else's opinion before we do something. A lot of us are quite independent in that sense. I know I definitely am that kind of person, and if I wasn't buying my property with my partner, I probably would be going to look at properties myself, because I know I trust my own opinion, and I don't really feel like I need a second opinion in order to make a decision for myself. If you're like that, then fair enough. But I do recommend as well, especially if you're a first time buyer, I know most of my viewers are first time buyers, take someone when you go at least to the second viewing, take someone with you who is a bit more versed in the house buying arena kind of thing, just to get their view on the property, just so that you have a bit more confidence that the decision you're about to make is the right one for you. And they may consider things that you didn't even think about when you were going to view the property, like what is the resale value of this property. Like, yeah, it may be suitable and attractive for you personally, but when you want to sell this property in 5 or 8 years or even 3 years, what is the resale value? They may look at things like the type of area that it's situated in, and they may consider things like stuff that you may not be thinking about right now, like is it near to schools, or is it near like a railway station or whatever, just stuff that you may not really feel is that important to you right now, because potentially you're single, or you're quite young and not really thinking about starting a family at the moment. They may be able to have a bit more, they'll have a different perspective potentially that you may find useful, and you don't necessarily need to listen to everything they tell you, but it's useful just to hear their side anyway, so that you're really making a well thought out and conscious decision about this whole property buying thing. In terms of safety, I don't really think safety is something to worry about when you're viewing properties, because usually you find the property via an estate agent. So the estate agent has the seller's details, contact details, they know where the seller lives, etc, etc. So the chances of something happening to you that endangers your safety whilst you're on this property visit are quite low, because the seller knows of the potential repercussions that they may experience if they actually did something. So I don't think like physical safety is a reason to not view a property alone, if that makes sense. But you know, if you're cautious, then of course take someone with you. So yeah, so I do hope this short video was helpful. Let me know if you're currently at the stage of, you know, viewing properties in order to buy your first house or your first flat. Let me know how that process is going for you. How long have you been looking for a property for? You know, have you been looking for months? Let me know. Essentially, leave a comment below and I will respond. Thank you so much for watching this video as well, because I truly do, I'm so happy that I'm able to be helping you and other people on their house buying process. So I truly thank you for watching this video. Definitely subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Turn on your notification bell so that you're always notified by YouTube whenever I upload. And also come and follow me on Instagram as well, because it's nice to connect outside of YouTube, you know. So yeah, take care and God bless, and I will see you soon. Bye.